letting you in. Take a look at you and start to lose my balance. What am I falling into? This feels like something new. I've seen a lot of views, but they were nothing like this. The way you do what you do, I think you're something brand new.
This seems the absolute right moment to bring a special guest onto this stage, given everything that Commissioner Simpson was just saying. We are absolutely delighted that he is here, very, very pleased that he is here. It won't be in your programme. It was only confirmed late last night. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to welcome to the stage the CEO of the Ukrainian power company, DTEK. Please welcome Maxim Timchenko. Thank you. Thank you very much for being here. It's really appreciated. I just thought I'd start by asking you if you wouldn't mind telling everyone what the situation is with the power in Ukraine this morning, because I imagine you speak to your teams every day, wherever you are in the world. What was last night like? What's your supply this morning?
Thank you very much. First of all, good morning and thank you for inviting me to be here. Definitely we speak every morning and every evening to see how we go through peak hours. And today we have so-called plant outages. In the morning it's still in plan, and we manage situation even after destruction of 90% of thermal power generation. Just if you allow me to tell my story, I was here 2 years ago, just after weeks of full-scale invasion. I was sharing with my colleagues what is happening in Ukraine, how we managed to live for 3 weeks completely isolated from neighboring energy systems, and how we faced these first attacks. But at that moment, two years ago, I didn't expect that wars will come. So Russians started shelling our infrastructure in October 22. They wanted to destroy our high voltage grid to break our system, like islands. We cope with that. On 23rd November 2022, we have so-called national blackout, when we lost about 90% of generation capacity in the country, and we restored it in 24 hours. Then we did all preparation for the coming winter, and we successfully went through last winter. But what nobody expected, that in 5 strikes, 5 air attacks, since end of March this year, they destroyed 90% of thermal power generation. This is what we have. And coming back to the morning, the DTEK has 40 power units in our portfolio before full-scale invasion. Today we reconnected 4th one. So we have less than 10% in operation at the moment. But you know, the irony is that I'm more confident than 2 years ago. Because we learn. We learn how to face all these challenges. Now we know what is better, Patriot or Iris-T, or sandbags or concrete blocks to protect our infrastructure. And we know how to deal with that. Even with 90% destruction of our power generation capacity, we know how to bring our system prepared for the next winter season. But we need help. And here I'm for this reason.
So you're sitting in front of a room of your peers, your colleagues, wider colleagues. And for the last 2 years, I know you've been asking for, logistical help for infrastructure. Is that still what is needed, or are there other ways this room can help?
Probably it's not something new, but in such crisis, what is the most important is to have clear plan what to do, and have confidence that this plan is achievable. So we have clear plan. Number one, we need to get access to decommissioning coal and gas power station in Europe, to dismantle some pieces of equipment, bring them back to Ukraine. And I'm so grateful for Lithuania, Romania, Germany, Greece, because I know that you have 2-3 power stations which we request to get access, so that we can work with your people and bring back to Ukraine those pieces of equipment which are available. Auto transformers, power unit transformers, and other pieces which were produced 20-30 years ago. That's the key way and the most fastest way to restore power in Ukraine. The second, we need to install more open cycle gas turbines. And this is if you have in stock and fast delivery, then we'll be more than happy to get it as a humanitarian aid or buy it to start installation for the next winter season. Third, extremely important, what Kadri just said, synchronization with European grid. So it saved millions of people. That we've done it in March 2022 as emergency synchronization. It was done in 3 weeks, something that it was difficult to imagine that it's possible. Today we have 1.7 gigawatt of cross-border capacity, and we need to increase it. So we need to increase what we discussed now, increase it by 500 megawatt. Every 100 megawatt helps Ukraine now, and it will help to go through the next several months. I don't mention air defense systems. You know, we live in a cycle, destruction, restoring, and destruction. Last year, only our company spent 150 million to get all equipment prepared for the winter. But after March attacks, everything was destroyed. After two shelling. That's what we appeal to our partners, and our government is working very hard to get air defense systems. Otherwise, it can be destroyed. Russians learn how to do that. They're much more precise. They know exactly what to hit. None of our power stations have roofs at the moment, because last year they were trying to destroy power grid. Now they destroy power generation. And yes, that's the key for us to strengthen our air defense.
I can't imagine that there is anybody in this room sitting listening to you that could even think to presume how they would act in your situation. But just finally, I wonder if I may ask a personal question, because as a CEO, you lead. You have a clear plan. You know what you are going to do. You will be thrown challenges, but you have your strategy. You are in a situation where you are quite literally battling on all fronts. And whether it's dealing with infrastructure, whether it's dealing with staff shortages, whether it's dealing with technology changes, partnerships, collaboration, whatever it is. And this is not something that you will have prepared yourself for when you were starting in your career. So as a CEO now, what's the hardest thing when you wake up in the morning?
Of course, you cannot be prepared for war, but you can learn. But the hardest thing stays is how you speak to your people. When you come to power station, like it was 8th of May, I arrived next day after the strike. They completely destroy gallery for coal transportation, meaning that the whole power station was switched off at least for 4 months. And generations live around this power station. Small town and cities and everything. The life of people stopped because they see that this is what was built by their grandparents. Now is not operational. And you should come to these people and bring them confidence that it's possible to restore, that you'll be back, that your children should stay here because this power station will be in operation. And you know, in conclusion, I just want to say, I just recalled my conversation 2 years ago here, and one of my messages was that now I'm so proud to be Ukrainian as it was never before. And today I want to repeat myself. And I'm proud and probably some fans in these rooms knows that on Saturday, Alexander Usyk became undisputed heavyweight champions of the world. First time for 25 years. And, you know, he was smaller, he was shorter, much lighter, but he was smarter. He was more creative. He was fast. And he had much bigger heart. And he won. And it symbolizes Ukraine now. Believe in this. Alexander Usyk led international campaign Fight for Light with us. So, and we will keep fighting, and we will win like Alexander Usyk.
Ladies and gentlemen, Maxim Timchenko. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.